Hey y'all. So as I was flipping through social media, I'm looking, all the little stuff that's popping up. And then a picture of Tupac shows up because yesterday was his birthday. And because I was so consumed with Father's Day and all kinds of other activities yesterday, it didn't dawn on me that yesterday was his birthday. But I seen it today and I'm just like, wow. He would have been 53 years old. And I'm just like, wow. Imagine if we had all of the leaders that were trying to change this nation, this country, this world. Imagine if we still had all of them, bro. God, this country would be so well off. Like, it would, child. I want the government to know what they have done to this country. Y'all have really put this country into fucking shambles, bro. And the audacity of y'all to sit there and still make Americans slave for y'all and work to the bones for y'all for nothing is wild, bro. I really hope that y'all are making it better for the newer generations, because if not, this country is going to go to shit. I don't know why American overseers think that they're better than any other country, or they need to take this is why citizens of America are so chaotic, because their overseers are chaotic. And if no one believes that, you need to go do some history research and actually look at your current events of today. The citizens of America are chaotic because their overseers are chaotic, but something is telling me that these citizens aren't sitting on their hands no more. No, they're not. They're not sitting on their hands. They're not keeping their mouth closed because they're tired of the BS. They are tired of it. Tired of being controlled. Tired of being used. Because that's what's happening. You're being used. I have individuals that I know from other parts of the world, and they say, they're like, regardless of our country being in shambles, one thing we don't one thing we have over here in our national country is the love, the respect, the kindness, the consideration, the help, like all of the things that America neglects and refuses to use is what other countries use, which is why when you see them, even though they have despair in some of their countries, you can still see how much they fight to still live and still keep pushing through. Meanwhile, Americans go through something so tiny and small, minute, the whole world is over. Like, this is why I feel like Americans are so, they're too privileged. So for some groups, we're like, other groups are highly privileged, while other groups are a little bit of privilege, and then other groups are just not privileged at all. Like, in other countries, everyone is privileged. Like, yes, there's classes, but at the same token, you wouldn't really know that, because the way that the other countries they carry themselves with so much. I don't even know the words for it, but if anyone's ever traveled, or if maybe you just like follow other countries, however you do, like, because I know I do. I love looking at other countries, and the reason why is because you cannot look in America and get no type of peace. You can't. Which is why Americans are always trying to book flights to get the heck out of here, to go on vacations and whatnot. Like, bro, America, just knowing the history and literally being born of a family that was literally a part of creating this country, as a lot of my African American people come from, are descendants of those people. I don't even know where I was going with it, because it pisses me off every time I think about this situation. Like, they got us folk. That's why they use those celebrities. That's why they put celebrities. And now when I say they, I'm talking about the overseers. That's why they put celebrities on these pedestals. Then they pay celebrities to go through beefs and go through all these other dumb shits. And then people don't even be going through nothing, to be honest. That's what I be feeling like. But maybe they do. But I feel like a lot of that stuff is just distraction. And I think some of us and a lot of us know that, like, they'll do these little stunts, and it'll just be paid advertisement, just as they pay the people to get rid of the leaders that have been trying to change this country. These overseers love chaos. Y'all might not believe me, but just because the old times of this country is gone, as far as what it used to be, slavery and all of that, just because that is gone doesn't mean that all of that is gone as a whole. It is still here, which is why you have this country going insane, going crazy, and the overseers are just sitting there. I'll be watching the council people. I'll be watching some of those videos here on YouTube about the council people, how they be going back and forth with each other. So like literally there's a war inside of the, the overseers, to be honest, that I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to, because y'all are too busy trying to pay attention to Sexy Red and fucking other dumb shit. Like, because that's all I be hearing is that whole name just everywhere. And I'm like, I would think that the country is should be more involved in what the overseers are doing, because y'all got a bunch of children in that governmental office, a bunch of children. I watched a video of two councilwomen going back and forth like they were in 10th grade class, and I just didn't understand. So now I see why America is so chaotic, because the overseers are chaotic. Y'all gotta stop looking at social media for entertainment and influences, and start looking at your overseers for the influences that they're putting over this country, so y'all could be able to stop it. Because at the end of the day, the citizens of America are voting these people into office, and that's why no change is happening, because y'all are not really paying attention to who y'all are voting for, who y'all are putting in this office, because y'all are just going off of words, and y'all not really going off of energies or real actual intentions and actions of these people. Y'all not watching these people the way y'all watch these celebrities. Yeah, American citizens need to start watching these government officials the same way y'all watch these celebrities, the way y'all sit down and watch Love and Hip Hop. Y'all need to be sitting down watching the news. Y'all don't watch the news because y'all scared of hearing shit. Why are you scared of hearing shit? Y'all need to know this information so you can see what the hell y'all overseers are doing to y'all. Because other than that, y'all are just a bunch of slaves. And that's literally what this country is full of a bunch of slaves. Just because people aren't being chained up, tortured, burned, eaten up by dogs, got fire hose put on them till they dead, or hung off of trees, or whatever the case may be, what they used to do back then, which was stupid. Just because none of that is happening doesn't mean that it's not happening. Y'all got to wake the fuck up, because they're full wide awake. They know. Y'all be thinking overseas don't know shit. They know everything. Which is why they put so much propaganda and all kinds of other dumb shit into the media. The dumb shit that's in the media is really what y'all be watching on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. That's the dumb shit. The influential shit, the look at me make my children's bento box, or look at me clean up 72 times in one day. All that shit is stupid. And that's the shit that y'all are hooked on, when y'all really need to be hooked on what y'all government is doing. Just because they're giving a little piece of happiness here and there doesn't necessarily mean that it's getting better. It's just they're doing that so y'all shut the fuck up, so they can do what they really need to do. Is keeping the wool over y'all eyes, sheep, because that's exactly what they see y'all as, is sheep. They tell y'all to do something, y'all do it. Y'all don't question it. We don't question it. We don't nothing. This is why I feel like the book 1984 is really into play. I don't know if anyone has ever read that on their own, or if they under I know it was for me and my when I went to high school, it was a part of our school curriculum in English, and we read 1984, and I'm glad that we did, because uh hello, is that not happening now? So that's what I mean. Like, Americans need to become more educated, more literate, so y'all can understand what y'all government is doing, which is why they made school the way it is. They put bits and pieces of the truth in a whole bunch of sugared, watered down lies and chaos, so y'all wouldn't find out the truth, so you could still be enslaved. So for those of y'all who don't know about slavery, one of the ways that they kept slaves illiterate was by not letting them read, and then telling them truth but with lies built in, i.e. the Bible. They used the Bible in order to control people. They used religion in order to control people. Now, yesterday I watched a story on ABC 7 News, because I live in California, and I watched a piece of a news segment, and it was talking about a church that was created over like 100 or something years ago by white men who were pedophiles. And they created this church, and they would let these missionaries come in that were men and women. They would come in, and then they would say, oh, you can stay with this family and that family and do your ministry work here. And while they're doing their ministry work, they're molesting the children of the people who had let them in their home. And this is what religion does. This is what religion teaches. And this is why when you go into the church, you see so much demonic shit, because they hide behind that Bible. That's why I do not trust people that are always spitting out scriptures, always talking about God, always talking about the church, because it's a tactic to get you in there to do all the demonic shit that they're doing in there. Now, granted, not all churches are built like that, but yeah, too many are coming out like that. And I've been around too many religious Christian folk, Muslim folk, just in general, just religious people in general, and child, it's all the same. Whatever they want to call it, they can call it as many types of denominations that they want to: Episcopal, Baptist, Catholic. They can call it as many things as they want to call it, but it's it's all bred under the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's all meant for the same thing. Um, yeah, y'all gotta be careful on what y'all celebrate, what y'all get into. Like, it's more than just be careful what you say. It's more than that. Be careful what you indulge in, because what you indulge is what you become. So what you read is what you become. What you hear is what you become. What you say is what you become. What you think is what you become. Like, you have to be mindful of these things, even when it comes to religion. Just because it's religion and has God in it doesn't mean that you need to go that way. What you need to do is you need to sit down and talk to God yourself, which is simply just talking. Simply just talking. So I think that America first needs to break out of religion. You don't need to have religion to be prosperous or to be abundant or none of that stuff. You just have to be able to have common sense. Use it. Then when you are lost, you actually go inside of yourself and you ask yourself this question. You don't need to necessarily go talk to someone else, because that's another way that people get messed up. Y'all go talking to people all the time about y'all stuff. Now, there's a difference when you're trying to educate someone and then when you're trying to vent or tell you. Don't tell your troubles to not nobody. You understand me? Tell your troubles to no man. I don't care if it's your mother. I don't care if it's your father. I don't care if it's your sibling. You don't tell your deepest, darkest stuff to anybody. You save that stuff for God. You tell that to God, and you keep that between yourself and God. You don't go and tell nobody all this other deep stuff unless it's so deep that it's really affecting you. So, like for instance, essay, and look up what SA is, for that acronym or whatever, because I don't like to really say the words or whatever. But if it's stuff like that or some type of abuse or whatever, then okay, yeah, of course you go tell. But I'm just, your deepest thoughts or your wants or your manifestations, those type of things, you don't want to tell people those things. You want to keep those to yourself, and you want to keep that between you and God. So I feel like I'm getting off topic, so I'm gonna cut it off here. But I wanted to give some things to people, because it's time to fix this country, bro. You either fix this country or you leave it, because it's not gonna get better. It's gonna stay the way it is until somebody rises up and says, hey, cut this shit out. And that's the reason why every time we get some type of leader, they send someone to come to chop them down, because these overseers do not want change. They like the slavery mentality. They like that mentality. That's how this country was built, and that's how they feel like it should stay. So, citizens of America, y'all need to wake the fuck up. Get the fuck away from the social media for entertainment purposes. Um, Stop using your money to buy all this materialistic shit that even these overseers own, and really do research and really learn knowledge to figure out how you can transform this country to be better, because the people that think this is the greatest country ever is retarded. It's not. It can be, but it's not. It's not. Because all countries and all continents matter. So it's not one over the other. Everyone contributes to this world. And then what y'all don't know is that every continent that's broken up now, how the world is broken up into several continents, all of that shit used to be one. The earth, the world used to be one, and the water was surrounded by it. So, y'all really, y'all need to start giving yourself history lessons and geology lessons, because, baby, School has failed us, so now it's time for us to relearn shit. And that's why they didn't teach us a lot of shit in school, because they didn't want us to learn. They didn't want us to be awake and know. Like, that's why they stopped the woke movement. That's why they don't want to teach none of that in school. But they want to teach babies how to be gay. That's dumb. I'm sorry to offend anyone that's in that community, even though I know it's Pride Month. I think that's dumb. And that's one of the things that religion does. Some of these religions will use religion, and then you get in there real good and you find out that you are amongst a bunch of pedophiles. They take God out their schools, and all of that, and they replace it with, let's learn about this gender. Let's read books to these, like, what? No, because that part of life is elective, and elective means on your own. So to teach something to children that's an elective part of someone's life over what really matters is mind-boggling. So change needs to happen on, like, a whole, like, as a nation, not just a little bit here, a little bit there. Y'all need to let go of these influencer channels. Y'all need to let go of the social media as much as it entertains y'all, and y'all need to start entertaining the rest of the world, because I be seeing a lot of gifted people on social media, on this earth and everything. I've seen a lot of leader type role people, and it's just like, God, if they can only just get out so they can help heal this country and help mend everything that's been done. I mean, y'all really need to start loving the land. I'm not gonna hold you. Y'all really need to start loving the land. And why? It's because we have so many ancestors and so many people that have just lost their lives for pure nothing. And we dance on top of them. We drive on top of them. We walk on top of them. Do y'all not understand that there is people under us, where we drive on the road, where we walk, where we go, the buildings we walk into? There are graves underneath the buildings that we walk into, the homes that we walk into. Do y'all understand that? Yeah, I don't think y'all understand. I know it's like, well, yeah, it's probably like that all around the world. Yeah, but there's a deeper meaning in this country about that. And I don't think anyone pays attention to that. So that's why I mean, like, we need to start appreciating this land and loving this land and giving this land more love and attention, because y'all literally have energies in the land, in the trees, in the nature. Uh, y'all might think that it's like some hippie tree hugging mess, but it's literally the truth. It's literally life. This is real. Y'all could sit there and call people that have energies and talk to energies and talk to the ancestors. Y'all can call them witches and whatever all y'all want to, but at the end of the day, those people know where true life lies. So leave them alone and let them be, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to heal the world. They're trying to heal this country. And when you try to stop them and block that, you're stopping and blocking yourself. That's another thing. When you see that someone is trying to do right and be on the right path and trying to lead people, and y'all will shun them and kick them and pull them down because for whatever reason, you're messing up yourself. You are literally messing yourself up, and you're messing up if you're young and young enough to have descendants and create descendants and make children or whatever. You're messing up their generations. And for everyone that yells, oh, the children are the future, well, you're not helping make a bright future if you're sitting there trying to tear down others that are next to you, that's trying to make a brighter future for these children. And now y'all got this agenda. Y'all know what agenda I'm talking about. Y'all got this agenda set up against these children, and there's nothing on the other side to combat it. Nothing is on the other side to combat it. Why? Because y'all keep killing these leaders. Y'all keep shutting these leaders up. Y'all keep making them. Y'all keep fucking them up, and you fucking up the world even more. Like, I don't understand. This is what I be talking about. America is chaotic. It's a lot of mental delay. It's a lot of mental illness, because a lot of people walk around and swear they don't have mental illness when they do. A lot of people walk around and act like they don't have mental delays when they do, because that's just what's in this country's DNA and in this country's blood. Is chaos, delay. I don't know. I just, oh my God. Anytime I get on this subject, I always think about my ancestors and how much blood, sweat, and tears my ancestors put into this country, and other ancestors put into this country, other people ancestors put into this country, and yet this country has gone literally nowhere. Y'all can think it went somewhere, but it didn't go anywhere. Not in the direction that it needs to go. Yes, it's got all types of, it's got luxurious. This country is about luxury, but it's not about accountability. It's not about love. It's not about healing. It's not about prosperity, abundance. It's not about any of that. It's about selfishness. It's about greed. That's what's in this country. Selfishness and greed, which is why people had to learn about self-love. But see, y'all ignore self-love, but you go straight to the self-care. Self-care is nothing but luxury shit. It's nothing but the outside. Y'all focus on the outside so much that you don't focus about on the inside. And that's the problem. Don't nobody care about you being cute. We care about what's inside of you. And that's the problem with Americans. Y'all think y'all so cute that you don't have to worry about your insides. And that's why I say stop focusing on the self-care and worry about your self-love. And self-care, it is not even about how you look on the outside. It's not about your your appearance. Self-care is about caring for your internal self, your internal being, your spirit, your soul. That's what self-care is about. It's not about doing your hair, blow drying your hair. It's not about your nails. It's not about your skin. It's not about your, you know, it's about how you build yourself up on the inside. Because when you build up yourself on the inside in a good way, it'll reflect on the outside. So you don't have to do all that extra dumb shit. Drink your water and you'll be beautiful. Like, drink your water. You might have a little flaws here and there, but drink your water and your skin will even out. Your skin tone will even out. Your hair will grow. Drink your water because water is life. So I don't know. I gotta stop this video because it's been went on for too long now. But I just feel like I have to say this, whether people watch it or not. I don't really care. I just want to get this out because it's inside of me, and I know what I see is right. I know what I think is right, and so I just wanted to share this 22-minute word with y'all because it needs to be said, and it's being said, but it's not being heard. That's the thing. It's not being heard, not amongst all of this other chaotic bull that's already been presented. Then that's the thing. The more that someone tries to present goodness, the overseers will add 10 more chaotic things, and it's like, bro, what? So I don't know. Just get out a thought or two.